Alright, free thinkers, good morning. We're here with another video from Melanated Media News, where alternative independent thinking is as simple as breathing. Now, today we're going to talk about the Baltimore mayor who wants to use taxpayers' money to send the children basically to gun protests. And I want you to make your own conscious decision. Now, if you remember, a few months ago, there was this big outcry of the children sitting in cold schools in Baltimore. They had no heat. They said they had no money. Yet the mayor's saying they have $100,000 to basically pay for this protest, to go to D.C. and send 60 buses of children to go protest. Now, if you remember, here the schools were closed, and this caption, if you read it, it says that the mayor is basically sending the children to eat at the school recreation centers, at the city's recreation centers, when there's no, when the schools were closed during January. Now, this is a Democratic mayor. Baltimore City schools have some of the lowest graduation rates in the country, the lowest math and reading efficiency rates. And Baltimore is consistently in the top 5 most dangerous schools. So I want you to tell me if this is a political move more so than a move about gun rights. Because we have to start to call out, whether it's Democrats or Republicans. We can't just focus on the Republicans and the conservatives and Donald Trump, because the conservatives, they are not being elected as elected officials in these black communities, predominantly black communities. It's generally Democrat. So I want you to just ask yourself, if you had these conditions in your city, if your city was plagued with gun violence and low reading efficiency and math efficiency rates, would you be spending $100,000 when you can't even, the schools are not even warm enough to teach the children, yet we are going on these field trips? Do you feel that this is a smart move, that this is really about the gun rights, or is this about her getting the attention that she wants, that she needs, to stay in good standing with the people? How does this get, does this get more heat generated in the school? Does this get more funding for the school? How does this work? If how are people going to be educating people on gun rights if people are not being properly educated in the first place? So this is why it's important that we have to not get caught up in every big wave just because white people are doing it or other people are doing things, when we have our own issues. Are these people going to protest us to get heat in our schools and get proper funding for heat in our schools to raise our reading and math efficiency scores? Or will we just focus on gun violence? And it's just imperative that we, stay thinking independently and not fall trap and prey to media. And now that we see social media even, because had this issue not been as big as it is, would they even be going to, on these bus trips? So again, I encourage everyone to just use your own brain. Let me know what you think. Is she? I'm not questioning her genuineness, and is it authentic? I just want you to ask: is this the right decision? Do you feel this is the best decision to spend that $100,000? Could it be spent more, like the promised free T-shirts and free lunches? The students board the 60 buses, so that's going to be part of the $100,000. And it's really kind of ridiculous when you think about it. It's and the students, they get a day off of school, they get to travel, and it's not saying that people don't, the students or even the adults involved don't genuinely care, but we have to question, like, not having heat in your school is a much serious issue. And we know gun violence is a serious issue also, but so is graduation rates. Like the people who are perpetrating the gun violence generally are not finishing school, are not graduating or going to college. So part of the root of the issue before the gun violence is education. And people are not going to finish school if there's no heat in the school. I mean, it's really logical almost. It's kind of a linear thing that happens now, because we don't really see shooting and gun violence inside schools in black communities. So, and this is kind of a critique of the left and how, everybody is just jumping on a cause or a wave of activism without critically thinking. And we have to get that critically thinking back into the activism. So, once again, continue to think independently. Your future depends on it. And that's all I have for you today. So stay tuned for more news. We got a lot of videos, good videos dropping today. All right.